What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Sheep Shear podcast. We're here, we talk about people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, the one and only, Austin Creed. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to one of the most entertaining, amazing shows on YouTube. My friends, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm really going to do some research for y'all. That's right, we're going into the wild today, and by the wild, I mean we're going to the internet. And we're going to figure out, so I did a show about how dating, in my opinion, is very much dead. And I got a lot of pushback from people who said, oh, that's not true, can't be true, I have a relationship, it's not dead, blah, blah, blah. Well, I appreciate the anecdotal evidence. However, when I look in the world around me, a lot of people can relate to this. So, here's what we're going to do. I have dudes in my own life who tell me, hey man, I don't know what women really want, I don't know what's going on, and I have other friends who are married. I got friends all over the spectrum, like a lot of other people do. So, I decided, you know what? Maybe I was a little bit presumptuous. Maybe. I don't think so, but, people are telling me that I was. So, you know what? We're going to go, and we're going to look at what women say they want in dating. Yeah, that's right. We gonna look, and we're gonna see what they want in dating. Now, I'm gonna preface this, and I'm gonna say, look, this is just me pulling up stuff on the internet. People could have their own reasons, but it's all gonna be the same variation of what we're gonna read today. And now, keep in mind, I have not read this ahead of time. I picked the two top answers I could find, and we're gonna walk through them today. I'm going to let your voice be heard before we jump in. Sorry. Before we jump in, you want your voice to be heard? Head over to my Twitter page at Sheep Get Sheared. You can leave your predictions over there. If you're watching this video, you can respond to the question that I'll be leaving up there as to what you think the problem is with dating today. And without further ado, we're going to hop right in. You can leave it in the comment section of the video you're watching if you're on YouTube or on Rumble. But without further ado, let's hop right in. All right, here we go. Let me share the screen real quick. Here's the first article that I found that was the very top answer. So here's what we got. It says 16 most common dating problems of 20-something women. All right, let's look. It says dating in your 20s can be very exciting, but it is also very nerve-wracking. Again, let's hop into the meat and potatoes already. Come on, I don't got time for all this garbage. Let's go to the first thing. Oh, here we go. What are the most common dating problems for 20-something women? All right, ladies, if you disagree with this in the comment section, please let me know. Men, you're welcome. Here's what we got. Number 1, having a roommate. It says dating while you're living with someone else can be hard, especially if your walls are paper thin. Okay, the whole roommate thing, I get it. When you're in college or something, I get it. But most people who are younger, you could substitute roommate with parents, okay? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you can have an overly zealous sex life when you have a roommate or something. No kidding. All right, that's kind of a non-starter. Let's go to the next one. Thinking of socially acceptable reasons why you're not married. Oh no. Oh. Yo, has anybody else seen like these videos on TikTok, Instagram about girls getting big mad when they go to weddings of like their relatives or something, and then their grandma or their aunt or somebody looks at them and they're like, oh, but why do you not have a date? And they're like 35. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll keep it together. Okay, it's only the second one, and I'm laughing. Okay. I'm a professional, for God's sakes. Alright, everyone you know keeps asking you when, why, and who. They say, it continues, you don't have an answer that will satisfy them, so you end up making one up. Oh, you mean you will end up lying. Alright, cool. Next one. Number 3. Wondering when you should mention marriage when you're dating, God. Oh no. I can't do it. I can't do this. I can't. Oh man, I could tell people getting big mad listening to the show. Oh, this is reprehensible. I can already hear the ladies getting big mad in the comment section. Okay. Number 3. Wondering when you should mention marriage. Okay, I already said that. You are in your 20s, okay? If you're planning on getting married someday, this is time to lock it down, okay? Well, here's the problem. Okay, men, in case you wanted to know what power you have in the dating marketplace, this is it right here. You control the commitment. You control the levels of this. She can't get your commitment out of you without your permission. So that's where you control. She controls the intimacy. You control the security. You're welcome. This is why this is on this list. But how do you... Okay, here's the last sentence in that tip. But how do you do that when most men are 10 years late in the commitment phase? Oh, in other words, they're trying to shame you because you're not giving up your commitment. Meanwhile, she's giving up her intimacy to everybody. All right, next thing. Dating someone younger seems like a step down. And then they want to tell me that, oh, you all these older men dating these younger women. Oh, they're so disgusting. All right, let's get. Oh God. Oh no. I figured this might happen. By the way, I'm not laughing not to mock anybody. I'm just laughing because I've heard these before. Not exactly worded like this, but I've heard this before. Okay. That 18-year-old seems hot in theory, but the fact that they haven't actually lived through their 20s says a lot about how they're going to handle your relationship emotionally. So they're talking about if you're like a 28-year-old woman trying to date an 18-year-old guy. Which if it was reversed and you were a 28-year-old man trying to date an 18-year-old woman, girls would be like, yeah, that's nasty. Ooh, you a pedophile. Blah blah blah. Okay. Not to mention financially. Oh, there it is. Look, gentlemen, there it is, right there. All about the money, man. It's all about the money, right? Yeah, boy. All right, here we go. Number 5. How many was on this list again? 16, and we're on number 5, and I'm already laughing too much. Oh, no. Oh, this might be a long show. Okay. Considering whether or not you're old enough to date an older man without being judged. Oh, no. Oh, no. If you date a man that's older than 30, in other words, your sugar daddy, there are going to be some eyebrows raised. No, you know what? They'd actually be surprised about this. Most dudes, we expect this, by the way. Well, okay, let me put it to you this way. I'm 23, okay? And at college, I'm a little older. I was in the military, whatever, okay? When I look and I see girls who are maybe like 20, 21, I know they got sugar daddies that are dudes that are like as old as my father. I know it. I'm not dumb. I don't care. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is stupid. I don't care. Look, let me put it to you this way. Gentlemen, I've known dudes who have sugar mamas, okay? If you could do it, if you can get basically free money, you're going to do it. I'm not going to sit here and look down on people for trying to get their money, all right? So, this is not a revolutionary thing to most dudes who are out here in these streets and we see this, okay? We're not going to judge you. The only people who are going to judge you are the dudes who can't get jack and they're hurt about it and they don't know what else to do. That's all. Next case. It says, but there comes a point when... Okay, I've had enough of this. Let's go to the next tip. Number 6. Choosing between dating to settle down and finding yourself in another country. Wait, what? Oh, in other words, this is reverse passport bros. Oh, y'all didn't think I knew about all this stuff, huh? Yeah, I do. Choosing between dating to settle down and finding yourself in another country. Okay, in other words, they're getting flown out. Oh, yeah, gentlemen, don't think this doesn't happen. They ain't gonna tell you this. They getting flown out, whether it's by NBA dudes, whether it's by Saudi Arabian princes. Oh, yeah. Dubai, forget about it. Oh, yeah, they getting flown out here, man. It says, the freedom of being single and in your 20s. When you find the love of your life, okay, stop laughing. However, you will be forced to choose between compromise and continuing to be a free spirit. In other words, they have to struggle between getting what they actually say they want, and then in the back of their mind saying, "Wait a minute, is this what I really want, or is this what society's told me I want?" Look, this is a real problem. I get it, but you got to choose what you want and Whatever you choose what you want, you live with the consequences. But here's the problem. Ladies, y'all tend to say, "Oh, I want to go out there and I want to be adventurous. I want to live a little bit." Okay, that's your right. You do what you want. But then you want to re-enter the dating market 10 years later and act like you haven't chosen to be in these streets and chosen to be on your career or whatever, and then act like we owe you something. Meanwhile, we've been out here grinding. You chose no. If you chose yes, different conversation. But if you chose, hey, I want to be out here in these streets, I want to go and I want to be a free spirit, well, guess what? You made your choice. You made your choice. You said you didn't want us, you didn't want security, you wanted freedom. Well, now you're paying the consequence. Now you're paying for what you got. There's no such thing as free. You pay for everything that you get. You can't have it both ways. But so many people want it both ways, and that's why the dating market is dying, and that is why we have the problems we have. Next case. Number 7. Deciding on which type of birth control you want to use until you hit menopause. Oh, yeah, this is outside of my wheelhouse. We're going to the next tip. Having too much time to stalk, but not enough time to get a promotion. Okay, I'm listening. Being a 20-something means that you have access to all the new apps and still have all the old ones. Is this just trying to decide between dating on social media or going on like Tinder or something? I don't understand this. Okay. Just new avenues to get attention? Whatever. We're going to the next one. I don't even understand this. Number 9. Realizing that being attractive enough for the general population takes work. Gentlemen, this is something y'all don't know, by the way. You think that it's cheap to put on the nails and the hair and the esthetician and all that kind of stuff? Oh, hell no, it's not. You better believe it's not. Getting their eyebrows done, getting their... Look, gentlemen, I gotta call y'all out on something real quick. I see ladies out here who put in a lot of effort in their appearance and everything else. Now, they may look a little bit, streetwalker-like, whatever you want to say. But you really think that she's going to put, like, $500 to $1,000 in her appearance and you want to come over and get it for free? Oh, no. Mm-mm. No, that's not going to happen. And it's that kind of goofy thinking that is causing a lot of problems. Is both sides will be acting goofy and stupid. Everybody wants something for nothing, and that includes in the dating marketplace. Dudes want punani for nothing, and women want the commitment for nothing. But here's the catch, okay? When you get something for nothing, you don't value what you just got because it costed you nothing. Does that make sense? Let's read what they say about this number 9 tip. It says you're literally not getting any younger. You're either holding on to that 21-year-old facade or trying your best to get back into that 25-year-old face using any product you can get your hands on. That's actually true, by the way. Why do you think it is? I'll go off on a little tangent for a second. Why do you think it is, gentlemen, that we have these like 3 or 4 in one garbage that I find in y'all's shower versus ladies have like an entire wall of products? Why do you think that is? It's because their looks fade earlier than ours do. We age like wine, they age like milk. That's not meant to insult anybody. If you feel offended by that, that's your problem. But I gave it to you the way it is. If you don't like it, turn the show off. I don't care. Gentlemen, you gotta realize something. The ladies put a lot of work into themselves, okay? They do. And if you think you're gonna just be pooky and slide in here and get it for free, no, you always paying, by the way. Whether it be with your attention, energy, whatever, you always paying, man. You always paying with your meat. Shout out to CGA. Let's look at this. Number 10. And that is always very expensive. It's also very expensive. Yeah, life is expensive, agreed. Number 11. Happy couples can make you depressed, angry, or happy depending on the success of your latest date. Now, see, this is not a woman-exclusive thing, by the way. You think that dudes be out here getting rejected, and they ain't gonna be out here like, who cares? I mean, You'll get to that point eventually if you do it enough times, and I recommend you get to that point because it's just part of life, part of the game. But unless you want to not play the game like me and just be out here laughing at everybody, which is kind of fun, honestly. Let's see, what does this say? Your relation to your dating situation is inversely proportional to other people's love lives. Ergo, if they're happy, you're sad. If they're sad, you're happy. Ugh, that's pretty dark, isn't it? You see, this is the problem. A lot of people do this with their friends, by the way. They won't admit it. But a lot of people, when they see their friends happy, they pretend like, oh yes, I'm so happy for you. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, I can't wait for their relationship to blow up. I can't wait for them to get absolutely destroyed and have them be like, oh, it was so horrible and everything, and then come back and you're like, oh, I got you. It's all good. Yeah, Don't think I don't know about it. I know exactly. It's called sabotage. You ever notice when a girl especially gets in a relationship and all her friends be single, do not date that woman. Because guess what? All her single friends are going to be hating on you and just, oh, it's going to be bad. Oh, it's going to be bad. Don't do it. Number 12. Being old enough to have a baby either scares you to death or scares you enough to find someone to make a baby with. Oh, this is called baby trapping, by the way, gentlemen. This is what this is right here. Right here. This is what baby trapping is. When she hits about 30, this is when they hit the wall that people talk about. Yeah, that's what this is right here. Their biology hits them in the, hey, you've been ignoring me. I will not be ignored. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, my time running out. I got to find a dude quick. Yeah, man. And then love bombing and all this stuff, that's when this comes out. Women really do get baby crazy. Oh, no kidding. No kidding. I'll tell you all a story real quick. A little sidetrack. I think it was almost about a year ago. This kind of junk almost happened to your boy. Almost happened to me. Now, the woman wasn't older, actually. She was about my age. She's about my age. But she kept telling me, she was like, oh, you have such pretty eyes, blah, blah, blah. I really want to have a kid that looks like you. And I'm just like, wait, what? Excuse me? Like, this is weird, man. And it happened over and over again, and I was just like, dude, I ain't out here trying to pay child support and stuff. Nope. She even said, oh, I think I wish I could call you my baby daddy, and I was like, oh, hell no. Nope, I'm gone. Now, that was the Cliff Notes version of the story. There's a lot more to it than that, but I'm not gonna, I might tell the whole story another time. This is 16, we're only at 13? Golly. This is crazy. All right. Let's see. Number 13. You will find yourself wondering if you're too young to be tied down or too old to have settled down yet. In other words, when they're young, they want to go out there and have a good time, and when they're old, they're like, dang it, I ran out of time. Yeah, this says it all right here. This first line says, this existential problem is what makes 20-something women seem crazy. Minus the seem part. Look, I prefer the quote by the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland where he says, most everyone's mad here. That could sum up pretty much the entire world. But the women be crazy out here, okay? And as soon as you realize that, the sooner you'll see a lot of things will make sense. Number 14. Having slept with enough people that you fear running into them elsewhere. Oh, I love how they put this towards the bottom. The high body count. Dudes are biologically programmed to not want to deal with women that have high body counts. It's not that we don't like you as a person, we don't know you. We are biologically programmed to say, no, this is a bad investment. This is repulsive. This is not good. Our physical biology as men is designed to not desire this. No amount of shaming, no amount of guilt tripping, gaslighting, it will not change the fact that this is just how men work. Except for that one dude who's gonna show up in my comment section saying some junk like, Austin, I don't care about these things. You're weird. And fine, whatever. Go put on your cape and come back. Goodness gracious. E40 warned y'all back in 1993 about these Captain Save-'ems. Anyways, let's get back to this. We got two more. I don't know if I can stomach anything more than this. Number 15. Calculating how many men you're going to stave off your actual number. Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe they actually admitted this. Oh no. Look, I know this to be true. But y'all, if I told y'all this without having read this tip, y'all would not believe me. You'd just be like, ooh, he hurt. Ooh, him bitter. But look, they say it right here. They narking on themselves. Look at this right here. If you are a 20-something woman with an active Tinder profile, you're probably listing them all down in your notes app. Apart from that, you may or may not be marking the ones you are going to admit to have slept with. Let me repeat that again. Let me repeat this again. Apart from that, you may or may not be marking the ones you're going to admit to sleeping with. In other words, they lie about their numbers. Okay. When I was younger and I was in high school, there was a gag running around where it was when a girl tells you their body count, you need to multiply it by 3. When a dude says it, you divide it by 3. I don't know if that's a real thing or if that's just something that I heard in high school. But, I mean, look, gentlemen, I'm going to put you all on game real quick because I don't think anybody else is going to tell you this. When a woman tells you her body count, she is not counting the ones that she had safe sex with. If the dude wore a condom, didn't count. She counting the dudes who ran up in them walls raw. That's who she counting. When she say her body counts 5 or 7 or something like that, those are the dudes who hit it raw. They're not anyone. They didn't count the dude they did at the club. They're not counting the dude they hit at the drunk party last weekend. They're not talking about the train that got ran on them 2 months ago. They ain't counting that. They don't count that. Now, you count that. You count it. Us men, we count that. They don't count that. Just know that. Just be aware of that. Next and final thing. Number 16. The 30-year mark feels like a few years away, even when you've just turned 20. See, whether it's me or any other dude on more of this side of the internet, this is what we get we get attacked for this. The 30-year mark, we talk about when dudes talk about the wall. The wall. That's what happens around 30 years of age when your body, as a woman, your biological clock kind of starts to strike midnight and you're like, whoa, this ain't right. I thought I had forever. I got to really get down to business. That's when you see a lot of people trying to quickly get married, quickly turning it around, quickly trying to become a good woman, looking for good men. Where have all the good men gone? Oh, God, I could do a whole show on that. It's disgusting, that whole thing. But my friends, this is where it comes from. It's right here. Here's what they say in closing. Dating has its ups and downs, no kidding. No matter how old you are. Wow, that's isn't that profound? Even girls in kindergarten are dealing with little boys putting their pigtails and throwing mud at them. Wait, what does this have to do with anything? Oh, they put this in bold. Oh, let's read it. You don't have to be tied down with society's norms and standards. Just go out there, have fun, and be open to finding the love of your life. Being a single woman in your 20s is supposed to be fun. So stop worrying and start enjoying. Oh, trust me. In their 20s, they have a lot of fun. I see it. Sometimes. And I sometimes wish I didn't see it, quite frankly. But what I will tell you is this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sheep Get Cheered podcast, look, I understand this whole idea of finding your one true love. Yeah, I don't buy that. I'll tell you why. Number one, I've seen enough Disney movies to know that, it's fantasy, and that's not reality. Look, okay, let me put it to you like this, that in a way that won't get me banned off the platform. I think I'm gonna quote Rick from Rick and Morty when he says that what people call love is a chemical reaction that compels animals to breed. It hits fast and then it slowly fades, leaving you stranded in a failing marriage. Rise above and focus on science. My friends, when you look at this idea of the love of your life, I don't believe such a thing exists. I believe you can choose to love somebody if that's what you want to do. I believe there are two lanes in which you can live your life. There is the love route and there is the understanding route. The loved and the learned. You can either understand the opposite gender or you can love them. It's very difficult to do both. In fact, if not completely impossible. Now, you are more than welcome to disagree with me on that subject. Be my guest. But in my experience, it's impossible to understand how the world works and then choose to love somebody, because you're always going to be reminded and you're always going to see what you don't want to see because you already know it to be there. People tend to not find out these things until after they figured it out the hard way. They went through a divorce. They went through a nightmare scenario relationship. Whatever it is. That's how they figure this stuff out. And that article was written by a woman. It wasn't written by me. It wasn't written by somebody on the Crimson Capsule side of the internet. It wasn't written by some hater. No, it was written by a woman. And they admit to a lot of the things that I discuss on the show. Not because I hate, but because I want you to understand. I want you to have knowledge so that you can do what you want with it. You can choose to ignore it, or you can choose to embrace it. That's your choice. That's why we live in a free country, and that's the beauty of living in a free country. If y'all have any final thoughts, you can leave them on my Twitter at Sheep Get Cheered, or you can go to the comment section. If you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble, let me know what you have to say. Until next time, my friends, I think I'll leave it there. Until next time, God bless you, God bless your family, God bless America. We're out of here. Peace.